Hello, welcome friends to this webinar series on Automate to Accelerate Progress. I am C. Abdul Rafiq, Managing Director of Windsor Infotech Limited. In this webinar, we are going to focus on how to use TCAT, which is software for exporting data from Tally to Excel. This is a brief background of myself. I passed my CA in 1985 and the CISA exam in 1995. And I have been specializing in information systems and information technology areas. Since last 2 decades, I have been focusing primarily on developing IT-related solutions for CAs and CXOs. Let's come to the subject matter of today's webinar. We all know that most of us use Tally, and Tally is the most popular and widely used accounting software in India. They say it has more than 80% market share in India. Tally is very simple to use and it's got excellent features and primarily for the small and medium enterprises. Let's look at what is the problem statement we have, which we want to solve. The issue is how can we interface with Tally to get the required data into MS Excel dynamically depending on our requirements. And the challenge is how to get from Tally information of the masters, vouchers, and reports into MS Excel for further analysis and reporting. Most of us are quite comfortable in using MS Excel, and we find that the data which has been exported to MS Excel from Tally takes time because Tally exports the data into MS Excel row by row, and we find that even after waiting for a long time and getting the data, we find quite often the data is not formatted or cannot be formatted the way we want it, and this makes it difficult to use in Excel for further analysis. This is where we provide a solution called as TCAT or Tally to Excel. It dynamically interfaces with Tally to get the data of the master's transactions and reports from Tally to MS Excel in a structured format in a few clicks. Do you know what is the format in which data is maintained inside Tally? Tally is supposed to have its own database, and if you want to interface and get information from Tally, other than getting the information directly from Tally, you can get data of the masters through the ODBC connection, or you can get data in XML format. Both these formats require certain time and effort to learn and use. This is where TCAT is extensively useful. TCAT is an automated solution for exporting data from Tally to MS Excel in a few clicks so that you can perform further analysis as required. What are the salient features of TCAT? It supplements the simplicity of Tally with the power of the data analytics of MS Excel. Who can use it? Whether an audit or an accounting professional, CXO, or a compliance manager, whoever is a user of Tally would like to extract information of the masters or transactions or reports from Tally, and you want to get this in Excel for further analysis, you can use TCAT. How to use it? It's a very simple interface. Because TCAT is an add-in to Excel, it gets added and embedded inside Excel. So you have to just click on that. When you click on the TCAT tab, you'll have the specific functions and menus of TCAT, just like you have in Excel. You select the specific menu and the function to import relevant information into MS Excel from Tally. In a few minutes, I'm going to give you a demo so that you can get an idea about how this can be done. When to use? Whenever you want to extract any specific information in a structured format for analysis in MS Excel, you can use TCAT. What are the 5 simple steps for using TCAT? First, you need to open Tally and select the company and set the period for which data is required. 2, you identify the specific information you require, whether the masters or the vouchers, which are to be imported from Tally to Excel. 3rd, open MS Excel and click on the TCAT tab, and then use the specific function of TCAT to get the required data into Excel. So you find here, out of 4 steps we have talked about, the 2 steps are only about just opening Tally and opening MS Excel. After that, You be clear about what is that you want, which is the masters you're looking for. Look into Tally and look at what is the master information you want. Go to TCAT and look at where this information is available, where it can be extracted, and then use the specific function to extract the required information. Once you get the data, you always verify and confirm whether the data is correct and complete. What is TCAT? This gives you an idea about the interface of TCAT. Now, if you see here, as I said, TCAT is an add-in to Excel. So once you install TCAT, this will get added as an add Excel tab. When you click on TCAT, this is the specific functions and menus which are available in TCAT. So you have the configure panel, documents, profile, accounting, inventory, like that. We've got different panels. Now, if you look at the panel itself, they are very, very self-explanatory. For example, configure is where you can open Tally, or you can also create a company information or enterprise information so that you can document which is the company's data, which is being exported, and you can record it as a part of Excel itself. You can also run these software, especially features which take long time. You can also run in a background mode. You also have auto documentation in TCAT, where you maintain an Excel log. The software itself maintains that. The software also maintains the activities log. It has a sample data, which you can use for testing some of the features. You can also rerun the functions which have been performed. You can refresh, which means you can perform the last run function. And you can also create an index file. I'll show you this a little later. And then we have the profile function, where you can extract the information about the masters from here. You can get the general info or the master info. You can also dynamically query and get information from Tally about the masters. And then you have the details pertaining to the accounting. In accounting, you have the daybook, trial balance, and the query masters. And in the inventory, you got the transactions, stock summary, and the stock items. In cost center, you got transactions, breakup, and category, which are the masters. So if you see on the top, you have the masters. For example, in inventory, you got daybook, which gives all the transactions. Similarly, in inventory, you got the masters, transactions pertaining to inventory. In cost center, you have the transactions pertaining to cost center. In the payroll menu, you got the transactions. After that, you got the masters. And then you have various types of registers, which is the sales register, purchase register, and general register. And you also have the analyze panel, which is one of the most powerful features of TCAT, which is very, very useful for the auditors. And we keep on enhancing these features. I'll also show you this feature and tell you how you can extract information from TCAT in a very, very powerful way for the purpose of audit analysis. You can also hide or unhide menus or this particular software itself. And if there are multiple workbooks, you can save multiple workbooks in one go. You can also search and run any function. And the last tab is about the help and options, which gives you information about the help, licensing, and about us. Let's have a quick look at the panel. This slide gives you information about each of the panels and the coverage. Like you have configure, documents, profile, accounting. What I explained to you, the same thing is given here in this slide. Now let's quickly jump into the demo and look at what are the features of the software. Before I do that, I've already exported some data from Tally so that it becomes easier for us to analyze. I'll show you first the reports which I've extracted from TCAT. And then I'll show you how this can be actually done. Next, I'm going to give you a demo of the export of transactions of daybook or ledger vouchers, then demo of the export of registers of sales, purchase, and journal. Then you have the demo of the export of reports in the analyze panel, overview of the updates, the latest updates of EduTallySoft. In fact, we released a special version of the software on 13th September when we completed 2 decades of our software development of WinCAT solutions. So if you summarize all the discussion we had so far, TCAT is an automated solution for exporting data from Tally to MS Excel in a few clicks so that you can perform further analysis. What way is TCAT useful to you? You can do more in less time by using TCAT and MS Excel for performing data analytics as per your requirements. You can watch the videos of TCAT which are available on the TCAT's website. So with this, I'll conclude the presentation because I want to focus more on the practical aspects. So I want to show you how the software works. Let me close this PowerPoint file so that we can move forward. Now, if you want to get details of what TCAT is all about, you can visit our website. if you go to our website and you click on TCAT, you'll be able to get the information. So this is the panels that you talked about, and it also gives you information about. Now you also have some recordings about the TCAT, why to use TCAT, salient features of TCAT. We also got an overview of TCAT, and then we have some recordings pertaining to TCAT, and some public presentations and some user presentations. This is the information about TCAT, which is available online. In addition to that, we also have specific function pertaining to the software itself, which is available in different tabs. The most important thing which I want to show you is the function tab. When you click on the function tab, you will find the complete list of functions which are available in TCAT would be available here. For example, you can get it as per the menus, as per configure, let's say configure documents or profile menu, you'll be able to get these details. Or you want to see what are the functions available in accounting, and you know what you can do in this particular function, you can also see this. So you got the panel, the menu, the submenu, and the functions. And then you also have, let's say, the registers and tools, inventory panel, inventory cost center, the payroll panel. Then you have the registers and tools panel. And then you have the analyze panel, which is primarily meant for the purpose of audit. I'm going to show you reports from each of this and also demo of some of these critical functions. And here you can get the complete listing of all the functions which are there in TCAT as per the panel and the menus. So you'll be able to get an idea of what you can do through TCAT. And if you want to use TCAT, you have a specific requirement, you can quickly go through it and get an idea what is possible through TCAT. Okay, let's get started now. What I would like to do is, I'd like to show you some of the reports. Let's get first started with the trial balance, which is most extensively used by us. Now, if you see this trial balance, this first I have shown you the trial balance which you got from Tally. Okay, this is what you get when you export it. There are various ways you can get trial balance from Tally. This is what you get. Quite often we export this trial balance, or you can also get the trial balance in Tally as per the ledgers or the groups. And generally we take this format and our boys will work on this to format and prepare the balance sheet, the profit and loss account as per schedule 3 or any other format you want. So this becomes the most common format. You can also get ledger wise. In the case of ledger wise, it gives you the details as per the ledgers, and it not give you the parent of that particular account or the group to which it belongs. You can get the trial balance with the opening balance, debit and credit, or only with the closing balance, closing debit and closing credit. Now, if you look at TCAT and see what are the trial balance you get. Now, if you see here, we give the trial balance by default with the ledger name. Okay, and we give the parent of that particular ledger. And also we give the primary group, the opening debit, the opening credit, the transaction debit, and the transaction credit. This is available in a feature called EB with ledger and groups. Now you find this, it's very, very useful for you. If you would like to do some analysis and look at, let's say in this case, primary group, you would like to analyze, you'd like to know all the accounts which are under indirect expenses. You'll be able to directly filter and pick up this information and do an analysis of all these transactions. You get to know what is the opening balance. In the case of expenses, there are not supposed to be any opening balance. What are the transactions and what is the closing balance? Okay, so you can do the analysis in Excel of this particular data. And it also becomes very easy for you to prepare any other reports based on the linking you have for preparing the various types of schedules. So this one simple thing I showed you. I got the trial balance from Tally, which comes in this format, and I got the trial balance in Ledger. Now there are various types of trial balance available here. Let me now get started with showing you how to use the trial balance. Now, if you see here, let me show you the software. This TCAT which you talked about. When you click on TCAT, these are the menus and functions available. Like that, we also have various other software. Tomorrow, I'll be giving a demo on E2TallySoft. E2TallySoft is the reverse of TCAT. In the case of E2TallySoft, from Excel templates, you can push the data pertaining to masters and transactions from Excel templates to Tally. Okay, tomorrow I'll be giving a demo of how to do this. This is very, very useful in saving time because you can have all your data in Excel template, or you're already maintaining from another software, you're getting the data pertaining transactions which are happening, let's say by an e-commerce seller, and then he can get that particular data in Excel, and rather than manually doing the data entry again of those transactions, you can directly convert and import into Tally. So this is what you got E2 Tallysoft. We also got a data analytics software called eCAT Enterprise and eCAT Pro. This is primarily for the purpose of data analytics. You can watch the webinar recordings of this, which I've done recently. Now let's come to TCAT. Now, if you click on TCAT, if you see, I've got the configure documents panel. Now we look at the documents panel. I got the Excel log. It tells me what all the functions are performed in Excel. I can get an Excel view, which means I can maintain this as a record. I can open the file location directly here, or I can open the file from here directly. Now, if you look at the activities log, when you click on the activities log, it maintains an automatic documentation of all the functions which are performed in this particular software. Okay, now if you see, for the purpose of testing, I perform various set of tests, including yesterday and today. It gives a complete list of all the tests I performed. It gives me the complete information on when it was performed, what is the workbook I use, what is the worksheet, where is that file available. Complete information about all the tests I performed is available here. And this also can be maintained as a part of the audit documentation. Okay, next, now let's come to the test data. There is some sample test data which is available. Using the test data, I'll show you what happens. For example, there is a feature called as GSTIN, where you can validate the GST number. You also have in this particular documentation guidelines for using TCAT, frequently asked questions, the tally settings which you need to have. You also have the TAN, PAN, and the GSTN, for which you can do a validation using the functions which are there in TCAT. For example, if you click on this, you have something called validate, where you can validate the patterns, okay, or you can also validate the GSTN. Now let me close this sample data file. Now it's coming to the this one trial balance. Like I told you, we got the rerun. When I click on the rerun, it'll give me a list of all the functions which are performed. Okay, I can see the complete list of the functions are performed. I can click on the function and rerun this function. For example, let's say I perform this function at 3:49, called as just for testing to check general company info. When I just click on this rerun, this will once again perform the function and give me the result here. Okay, so all the functions which are performed, let's say your staff have performed the function, you'd like to see this function once again, you can use the rerun function for this purpose. Not only that, it also maintains a documentation of all the work you've done. You can also do what is called an auto rerun, which means you have got multiple functions done. You'd like to not look at all the things. You'd like to look at, say, 3 or 4 functions. I can go and select the functions and I can rerun the function. Not only that, I can also save that as a template. Okay, in this, we don't have an option to save it as a template. You can also do multiple rerun. Yes, this is where you got a multiple rerun, which means if I selected those functions, I think you'll be able to perform that multiple rerun. Here, I didn't select any function, so it will not be able to perform any function here. You also have the usage statistics of what are the functions you used, how many times you use this function. You also have, for all this, there is a documentation help which is available, and the tip of the day which tells you quickly what is that function and what you can do with the function. Sometimes it also has got links for the videos of that particular function so that you can see the demo. This is about the auto rerun. You can also do a multiple rerun. You can also look at the existing functions. Okay, let's close this. Now let's move further. Refresh. Refresh is when you click on refresh, it will perform the last run function automatically. Okay, index sheet, what this function does, it creates an index sheet with the link of all the worksheets in this specific workbook. Not only that, it gives me a complete list of all the rows, the number of columns, and the total number of cells. And if any sheet is hidden, it'll also give me what are the sheets which are hidden or very, very hidden. That's another type of hiding which is possible using macro in Excel. So this is what is called an index sheet. Index sheet is also very useful for the purpose of getting an idea, because sometimes you get Excel workbook from a client and you got 3 sheets, you don't know in which sheets the data is available. So when you just create an index, it gives you an automatic information about what are the content in each of these files. Now let's get started with specific functions. Now if you see here the profile menu, this is where I can get information about the general information about the particular client. Now, for example, in this case, I opened already Tally and open a company called Potential Solutions. Okay, in Potential Solutions, if you look at the data, this is a very simple small file because I want to show a quick demo. Now, if you see here in this case, it got only about 57 vouchers. This is used for the purpose of demo. It has also got groups, ledger, voucher types, currencies, and scenarios. Okay, now let's come further. I think I have not activated the inventory. That's why it is not showing the inventory. If I come to F11, yeah, I have not activated inventory. If I say yes for the inventory, it will also be able to tell me the details of the inventory. Now, if you see here, I come back here. Now it also tells me I've got stock groups, I've got stock categories and stock items. Okay, I'll come back to this a little later. Now let's come back to our, I open Tally here. Okay, now I want information about the masters. So in this case, I'm just saying, give me the information about the masters pertaining to company info, company features, security features, etc. I just have to select and say click OK. Now it's extracting the data for the company which is open. Now here I get information about the security features which are enabled inside this. I get information about the system info in which is run. It gives me the static information which is entered at the time of creating the company. It also gives me the license info. In this case, it will be educational mode. I don't have any license in this case. This is also to demonstrate that you can use most of the features of TCAT even in an educational mode or educational license of Tally. Only a few functions are restricted in the educational mode. You also have the company features which are enabled. So you can get a quick idea of what is enabled in Tally. For example, have the enabled cost center. Now in this case, you know directly that cost center is not enabled. Whether enable stock category, like that, you will be able to get a quick overview of what has been enabled and what is not enabled in Tally of your client. Now you also have the company info. This is a copy of the company info. And now we have the trial balance. Now what I want to show you was the trial balance. Okay, now let me come to the trial balance and show you how the trial balance look like. Let me close this file. I have too many files open, so I think it's going to take a little time. Let me just see. Okay, let's open a new file. Okay, something is open in the background. Let's check. Okay, so something is stopping us from running this software. Let me just check what is the problem. Okay. Let's see whether you can come back here. Okay. It looks like we don't have any option except restarting this. Okay, this is one of the simple things you have to do. In case there's a problem, you have to restart Excel. When you start Excel, see this is the ECAT add-in which is getting loaded. And TCAT is a subset of ECAT, so it will be included as a part of the ECAT suite itself. Okay, let me open the blank form now, so it becomes easier. I'm going to keep this fellow open. Okay, I've got this fellow. I'll open one more sheet here. I've got a blank sheet here. What I want to show you is we have already seen the trial balance. I want to show you the trial balance now. I got this trial balance. Now there are various types of trial balance available in Tally, and we have extracted most of the information here. This is pertaining to the closing ledger balances. Now first it will do a validation whether Tally is open, because once we open the software, first time it's going to verify whether Tally is open and establish the ODBC connectivity, because based on the ODBC connectivity, we can get this information. First time it will take a little time. After that, it should not be a problem. So sometimes in installation, you may also have a mismatch, that 264-bit mismatch. But if you get any errors like that, our team will help you to resolve it. We also got guidelines for this. Now, in this case, when you're getting the closing ledger trial balances, you can also have the option of selecting the previous year balance, this year balance. You have to remove the profit loss account and the stock in trade. You have to enter the details. Only then the trial balance will tally, because this is nothing but a listing of all the ledger balances, closing ledger balance. For the purpose of demo, I'm just giving this. See how quickly it comes. I got a complete list of all the balances, okay, of all the ledgers which are available. Now this gives you the name, parent, primary group, opening debit, opening credit, the transaction debit, transaction credit, and the closing debit and closing credit. This is one type of a trial balance. Let me go to another type of trial balance. I got group wise trial balance. Now this is a single click function. When I click on group wise trial balance, I should be able to get the trial balance as per the group. Now let's go to the next one, which is the ledger wise trial balance. When I click on the ledger wise trial balance, now this gives me the trial balance as per the ledgers. Now if you see here, now I got the opening debit, opening credit, transaction debit, transaction credit, and it also gives me the closing debit and closing credit. This is what is called as the ledger wise. Okay, so this is what we get. We don't have the parent or the primary group here. Now let's say I want with the parent and primary group. I go to TCAT and I say I want the ledger with groups. This is the most important and most often used function. Now I can say I want with opening balance, transactions, parent, closing balance, percentage. Now let me remove some of them. I don't want the percentage. Let's say I'm not, yeah, let's keep the other things as it is. I say okay. Now you see, in a few seconds we got this information. What does this have? I got the HDFC, no, sorry, the trial balance here. HDFC Bank comes as the first account in this. Now it gives me in a structured fashion the ledger name, the parent, the primary group it belongs, opening debit, opening credit, transaction debit, transaction credit. Now let's check whether it tallies. Now if you click on this, opening debit, opening credit. Now I got the transaction debit and transaction credit with 4207. Yes, it tallies. Now similarly, if you look at the closing debit, closing credit, that also tallies. Okay, now this is the trial balance which you can use for further analysis. Let's say I want to do further analysis on this. I want to see what else is possible. It becomes very easy for me to do analysis once I got the trial balance in this way. Like I told you, I want to pick up information pertaining to all the sundry data. Let's say I want to analyze all the sundry data. I just go here and say I want all the data. Now it tells me all the list of the sundry data which are available in this account. Okay, so it becomes very easy for me to analyze all the accounts in one go. Now let me come back to TCAT and look at the trial balance and see what else is possible. I also have period-wise trial balance. This is a very interesting trial balance. Now, in this case, I may not be able to generate, but I'll show you the result here. We got something called yearly. We also got, because the education version, only yearly is possible. In the license version of Tally, I'll also be able to get quarterly, half yearly, and monthly trial balance, which means I can get the trial balance and I can select I want only closing balances. I'll be able to do a quick synopsis of the trial balance, which means I'll get a trial balance of all the 12 months one by one, which means for the month of April, May, June. And then I can also do a spark line and do analysis and get an idea about how the functions are performed. In addition to that, if you got multiple companies open, now let's say I open one more company, in this case, now let's say I'm opening this Sri Krishna Traders. These are the two companies open. I can actually generate a trial balance for both these companies, or what are the companies is there. Let's say I got 20 branches. I can open the list of all the 20 branches in one go here directly. Not only that, I can get the trial balance of all these companies in one shot. Not only that, I can append these trial balances and also consolidate the trial balances. Okay, this is what is possible, which means you can append and consolidate the trial balance of multiple companies in one go using the TB for multiple companies feature. So this is how you can use the trial balance in this particular function. Now I want to show you a few other things pertaining to masters before you go further. Let me close the files which are not required so that our system will not hang and it will be faster. Okay, now I got this. Let me now go back to my, now for how long can we do this? Let me just pick up another one. Let's take it systematically, step by step. I got this. We have looked at the trial balances, all the features of the trial balance. Let me show you the master info. When you look at the master info, all the masters which are available in Tally, I can extract and get in one go. For example, let's say I want all the list of the ledgers, list of the groups, voucher types, group configuration, expense ledger, GST related ledgers, all these things I can get in one go. Before I do that, let me pick up the company which I want. So in this case, the active company is Sri Krishna Traders. I want to make this as a potential solutions. And for the time being, I want to close this company. So I got only this particular company, and let's also cross check the date here. The date is 2021, which is correct. Now I'll show you some of the features using this particular company, which got limited data, so it will be much more faster. I got this data pertaining to the list of ledgers. Okay, now when I click on this, now you just see this how fast it is. Now with the limited data, I get this data. If the company has got even 20,000 records or 50,000 records, you can get it. The only question is going to take a little more time. So in this case, expense ledger, this is a sample company, so there are not many expenses here. I'll get a list of all the expenses. Okay, I can also get the group configuration, how the groups have been configured inside Tally. For example, is Billwise on for the group, is cost center on, is subledger on, like that. I'll be able to get the configuration for each of the groups. I can get the information on the voucher types. What are the different voucher types? What are the numbering are set? What are the last number, whether it's automatic or manual numbering? And also, what are the various options are set for the vouchering? Next, I can also get information about the ledger groups. What are the balances in each of the ledger groups? It also gives me the parent, grandparent also. Next, I can also get the complete list of all the ledgers. This is a new feature we added, where we also added information about the HSN description, which is not available here. Now, for example, if you see here, I got the details pertaining to HSN. I also got details pertaining to the HSN code, IGST, CGST tax rate applicable for this particular company. We added this. Now, if I want to know what are the latest functions we added in the software, if I go to help and click on the release notes, see now this release notes tells me that in the stock group option, we have added the HSN details, and HSN details also have been added in the stock group and the expense ledgers. So there is a new function called stock group which added, and we also added the HSN details. These are the GST related ledgers. So these are all the masters pertaining to the accounting. Now let me go to the masters pertaining to. I'm going to come back to TCAT again, and I want to show you the master info pertaining to the inventory. I can also get information over the cost center and the compliances. For lack of time, I'll focus only on the core functions. Now, if you look at this, this will extract the master info pertaining to inventory. Now, if you see here, I got the category analysis. Automatically, the index sheet is added, so it becomes very easy for you to navigate to the worksheet which you want. You have the category analysis, which is the stock category item. What is the stock category which is created? And what are the details about this in terms of the value and the quantity? Next, you have the stock groups again with the balances. Then you have the stock item list, which tells you the list of items and their value. Then you have the pricing configuration, how the pricing has been configured inside Tally for each of the items. Then you have the list of the inventory balances with various details that give the complete movement analysis of the each of the items. What are the inward, what are the outward, what are the consumption, what are the closing value, and what are the balances. Next, you also have information pertaining to the item configuration. For each of the item, how I have configured. You also get the stock item details. So this gives you the information about each of the stock items. All this information available, this is what we added in the new release, which is the HSN details, HSN description, HSN code, IGST, etc. All this information pertaining to all the stock items, you can extract in one go, and you can test whether how the system has been configured pertaining to HSN or any other matter. Okay, it gives me the list of codons. You also have the list of the stock groups here. For the stock groups also, you got the HSN description. This is the latest one we added. Okay, so this is how you can get the master information. So if you see here, What we did in this case was, I have just given you a quick information about the master info. Now this is the master info I have got. I've also got something called the ledger masters, and this is the information about the ledgers, which is there in the company creation form. I'll say select all, and this is a new feature we added recently. I'll say okay. Now it gives me the list of all the ledgers accounts with the balances. It gives me the address of the parties. It gives me the ledger masters which have been created. Okay, it gives me the VAT details if it's applicable. It gives me the GST related details as available, the TDS details, the PAN details, bill-wise details, all the details pertaining to the masters available here in one go. Now let's go further and see. There's one more information which you got, which is there in the GST info, which means all the GST related information pertaining to GST rates, GST UQC, GST doc, all this information can be generated and maintained as a documentation. So let me just open one more sheet. So this is what I said, when you're doing audit, it becomes very easy because you can decide what are the information you want and you can document it and do the analysis. So you don't need to go to Tally directly. You will be able to get all this information in one go. And then you can do the analysis and focus on specific areas or items which you want to interrogate from Tally. In that case, you can directly check that specific information from Tally. So now we are extracting all the details pertaining to GST. Now, if you see all these reports, now looking at this report itself, you'll be able to know what are the details which are available. Now here, if you see, you got the GST rate wise. This is how it has been configured. I can group wise how it has been configured. I can also get summary rate wise. I can also get the summary group wise. So I can get a plethora of information which is very, very valuable for audit in a few clicks. Now it's all depends on you how you want to do the audit based on this information. I get the complete GST related ledgers, all this information, what is available in Tally, you can extract in a structured manner from Tally to Excel. Now let's close this. Now let me show you I showed you the details about the master info so far. Okay, now if you come here and look at the details here, we have something called the query master. In the query master, you want some specific information. You want to pick up ledgers where the opening balance is equal to 0, or you want only ledgers where the opening balance is not equal to 0, or you want to pick up ledgers where closing balance is not equal to 0, or an account where like that. There are various criteria based on which you can query and extract that information. This could be pertaining to the list of ledgers, or this could be pertaining to voucher type, ledger groups, expense ledgers, all these things you can get at one shot through the query. So it means you can extract specific information about the masters using query master. Now let me come to the details. Now here, if you see, now I'm coming to the transactions. I come to the day book. Now I got the day book transactions. When I click on the day book transactions, it tells me this is the most commonly and highly used feature of TCAT. I can get the complete information from Tally to Excel about all the transactions which are available in the day book. Okay, I can extract these transactions. I can also say I want reference number. I can see which are the additional things I want. Not only that, I can extract details pertaining to specific ledgers from choosing a parent or a ledger or pertaining to expenses. Or I can also extract month-wise. This month-wise details will not be available here, especially if the volume is large. It becomes difficult to extract all the information. You can break into month-wise and get this. You can also save this. For example, let's say you don't want it in Excel. You can save this in XML, and from the XML file, you can import into, you can view this data in XLS directly. You can also get month-wise. This is a new information we added. I'm going to come to it shortly. This is a very, very powerful feature we added in the latest release of September and September 13th. Now, before that, let me show you the day book, which I've already extracted to save time. Now, this gives me the complete list of the reports which I have generated, and this for a large company. Let's see. This is the day book I get from Tally. Now you're all familiar with this. This is how I get the day book from Tally. Now this is the day book I'll get without cost center. This without cost center. This is how I get the day book. I got the ledger name, voucher type, voucher number. Okay, now you see all this information is available in a structured fashion. Now let me just analyze this. Okay, let me control home. That's what I was thinking. Now, if you see here, now just look at the number of transactions available in this. There are 7,529 rows. And this data is from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 19. Okay, this is a complete transactions. Now here, once I got this data, I can get the information or extract the information based on specific thing. For example, there are some audit JVs which are passed for correction. I want to extract, look at only that. I know these are the JVs which are passed last year, this year, 18-19 for this. And we passed it on 1st October and 31st December. I want to look at all transactions pertaining to, say, bank receipt from HDFC. I can just click on this. I can get all the transactions pertaining to the bank. So it means once I got the data in this format, like I told you, you can do analysis in whatever way I want. Now let me show you one more thing. Daybook from TCAT, and this is a daybook from TCAT for the same thing. And this comes with additional information. This pertaining to the cost center. Now in this company, there's an NGO where there are multiple cost centers, like sub-program, location, they have donor-wise. Okay, all this with the cost center details I'll be able to get. For all the payments which are made, for all the payments or receipt, they also enter the cost center details. We know exactly which cost center it belongs. And with the cost center details, I'm able to extract, and I can generate various types of reports using a pivot table using this. For this, now if you see, I've already got a pivot table on this. I got this information pertaining to the row labels, which is, let's say, the cost center wise. On the details, I got this information. So this is what I said. Once you get the data in a structured fashion, it becomes very easy for you to analyze. Now I've created multiple pivots based on multiple area. For example, here I wanted based on the donor wise, I wanted the summary. Okay, now here I've got the sub-program wise as per the location. This is how I got the information, which means from the daybook, I'm able to analyze and get this information in one go using the pivot table. This is what I said is further analysis. I extract the data. Because the data is available in a structured format, I can use the pivot table and analyze in whatever way I want. Okay, this is pertaining to only the bank or the cash transactions, which means I can extract only. Now, if you see here in TCAT, I come to daybook. I showed you the transactions. I can also extract only cash transactions. I can also extract bank transactions only or cash and bank transactions. Okay, just like an extract daybook. Daybook is a complete list of all types of transactions, whereas cash and bank transactions will give me only transactions pertaining to cash and bank. Okay, now if you want to do analysis pertaining to the payments which have been made, let's say what is the volume in which payment has been made. Let's say I got this bank and cash. Or let's say I want to do based on the voucher type, transaction type. I pick up this particular information, cash payment corpus. I'll be able to pick up all the things pertaining to cash payment. In this case, most of the things they make by payment, by checks only. If I want to pick up, let's say based on the ledger wise cash, I can just pick up the cash payments. I'll be able to know all the transactions pertaining to cash which have been made. And here I can also do further analysis and check, okay, what is the maximum value of cash which has been paid. So it looks like most of the cases, they kept that within the limit of 10,000 rupees. All the cash transactions have been made are less than 10,000 rupees. Now, this is what I showed you, that you can extract the daybook from this. Okay, now let's go further. I have this daybook. There is one more daybook of another company. Okay, or let me do one thing. Let me show you how to extract this daybook itself so that you get an idea. I got these transactions. I have opened this company. Now, if you see here, this is a small company with very limited transactions. If you look at the transactions, number of transactions, I got only 57 transactions. For the demo, I wanted to be quick. So I go to daybook. This is how simple it is to extract the information. I say transactions. Now, if you pick up this one, by default, it has picked up the accounting period, which is for which the transaction entered. And I have to just say, okay. I can also apply criteria, which means I can say I want transactions above 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, like what you do using Alt F12 in Tally. Now, if you see here, I'll be able to get all this information pertaining to the daybook, which is available here. How many number of transactions are there? So there are about 322 transactions. Whether 322 or the 32,000, you can extract the information in one go. This is the daybook. Now let me say, I'll show you the daybook transactions and show, let's say I want to extract transactions pertaining to specific ledgers. For example, I want transactions pertaining to only expenses. In expenses, let's say I want transactions pertaining to, now there are only 2 expenses here. I want to pick up expense pertaining to packing charges. I can extract the ledger of packing charges directly. Or let's say I'm doing analysis of TDS. I want to extract a ledger of only TDS. I can extract the ledger of only TDS. Now you see, this gives me the ledger of packing charges. So it means I can extract day book of specific areas based on what I want. Now, same way, I don't have month wise here, XML to XLS, which means whatever information I got, I don't put in XLS because I want to save it in XML so that I can use for future reference, and then I can save it as a XML file. I can also get monthly. Now, if you look at this, is a new feature which we had added, which is very interesting. Now, if you see, I want to get the monthly transactions, net transactions percentage, and separate worksheet for each ledger, I can do this way. I'm just going to pick up this information. Let's say I'm going to pick up ledgers, and I'm going to pick all the ledgers. And let's see what happens here. How do I get this information? Now I'm going to query each of the ledgers one by one, pick up all the transactions, and this information is going to be the monthly summary for each of the ledgers. And this will be very, very useful for you for the purpose of audit analysis. Now, if you see here in this case, it has created a separate worksheet for each of the ledgers. I can also create separately for each of these ledgers, which means I'm generating a monthly report for each of the ledgers which are available. It has created the monthly report. I can get this monthly report in one go. Okay, this is how I can get. Now, I want this information. Now, all this is okay. If there are, let's say, 100 ledgers, I have to navigate 100 ledgers. I want all this information in one worksheet. Is it possible? Yes, definitely it's possible. So I go to daybook, I say transactions, and I say monthly, and I say ledgers, and I select all the ledgers, and I uncheck this separate worksheets. So in this case, what I'll do is I'll be able to get the information about all these 100 plus ledgers, what ledgers are available. So in this case, I think there's one of the ledgers which has got a wrong name. The name which is not recognized, which has got a special character. So it's extracting all these ledgers and putting this in one worksheet. Now, if you see here, DB monthly reports, I got all these transactions except a couple of them had errors. Now, if you see here, based on this particular thing, I can just apply a filter here. All the ledgers, let's just see how many number of rows are there. So there are 508 rows. Now, for example, let's say I want to pick up all the opening balance of all the ledgers. I just say opening balance. Now, this will give me the opening balances for all the ledgers which are available. Similarly, I want to pick up some transactions pertaining to specific ledger. I can go to specific ledger and see the detailed transactions of that particular ledger. Okay, what are the transactions on a monthly basis? Now, there's one more interesting feature pertaining to this, which I'll show you a little later. Okay, this is what I said. This is a new feature we added. Now, before I go further, let me just close this file so that I can just show you some of the features. Now, here, if you see, this is a large client. Now, if you see here, purchase register details. Now, what is the number of transactions? So you've got about 10,000 rows. Okay, we have extracted the purchase register. You remember I told you about the purchase register. I got this TCAT. And in TCAT, if you see here, purchase, I got 3 types of this one. Vouchers, extract, and columnar. This is from the vouchers. It gives me the complete list of all the purchases. For example, you see this voucher number 1. Okay, and what is the party name, party GSTN, all the details pertaining to this vouchers, purchase vouchers of this particular year, I'm able to get in one page in this. And once I got the data, I can analyze in whatever way I want as required for my audit. Now I want to extract. This is the second thing which I said. Now here we got purchase. In purchase, you got extract. When you extract, now this is the information I got. This I'm showing it to you just because even if there are 10,000 transactions, we can extract this type of reports. Okay, this gives me the complete summary, which means these purchases, it's like applying a pivot table on the particulars, and based on that, you're able to get to know what are the count and what are the debit and credit for each of this ledgers for which purchases are involved. Now you also have the purchase extract summary. Then similarly for the journal, I got the complete list of journal. For example, here if you see, I got the journal, I got the journal vouchers and extract. This gives me the complete list of all the journal entries. Now, if you see here in this case, I got more than 11,000 items. Okay, these are all the journal entries which have been passed during the year. Okay, and they have got different types of numbering for the journals. Now I'm able to get the complete list of all the journals. I can go, once I got the data in Excel, I can filter and choose data based on what I want. I can also sort it and do further analysis as I want. I can also get this extract. This is what I said, journal extract. So like we said here, if you go to journal and I click on extract, this is the information I'll be able to get. Which means this is a summary, which is like a pivot table on the ledger name based on this. All the journal entries are passed during the year. And this is the journal extract summary. You got the details and you got the summary. Now I also want to show you this purchase. Now let's come to our ledger voucher. This is another interesting factor. Now if you see in the ledger voucher, you not only get the ledger name, you also get the corresponding ledger name for each of the transactions. Where is this available? Now here also you see, this becomes very useful for analysis, because for each of the transactions, you can get to know in one row what is the ledger and what is the corresponding ledger name. Okay, for example, let's say you're doing analysis of TDS, you want to know how many times it has been paid and what are the mode in which it has been paid. For each of the TDS ledger when you extract, you'll also show the corresponding ledger name, whether it has been paid through bank or how it has been paid. Similarly, let's say you're looking at rent payment, you can look at whether rent has been paid. Similarly, if you look at conveyance, you can see whether it has been paid by cash or bank or they pass through journal entry. So you get the complete information. This is the ledger vouchers. Okay, ledger vouchers, if you see here, in this case, there are more than 10,000 items. We have been able to extract this in very little time. Now, where is this available? If you go to TCAT and if you go to Daybook, and in Daybook, I got the ledger vouchers. When you click on the ledger vouchers, you'll be able to get this information. Now, let me generate this report and show you. I got this TCAT and I got Daybook and I got ledger vouchers. Now this is the ledger vouchers I got. I want the ledger vouchers for everything. I'll just say okay. Now this will extract ledger by ledger with the corresponding ledger name. Now you see here, for each of the ledgers, I got the corresponding ledger name. It gives me the voucher type. And now if you look at the total debit and the total credit, it tallies. Now, if I want to analyze any specific transactions, let's say, what are the payments I have made through HDFC Bank? Who are the parties to which are the accounts to which I've done the transactions? I can just click on this and I'll know for each of the transactions, what are the corresponding entries which have been passed. Okay, this is how simple it is to generate the ledger voucher. Now let's come back to ledger voucher. In the ledger voucher also, just like we have the Daybook extract, we have the ledger voucher extract where you can go and extract ledger vouchers for specific ledgers based on the primary group or the parent or the ledgers. You also got month-wise. In this case, we are not getting month-wise. Okay, this is what is about the ledger vouchers. Now you see the lot of goldmine of information available here. Okay, in this case, earlier version we used to have the corresponding ledger. Later on, we move the ledger name here. Now, if you see, there's one more version of the ledger voucher here. I think the same thing. Now let's come to the next interesting part. Now, so far we have seen the Daybook. Now, as I told you, we have got transactions. In transactions, we got the extract month-wise like this. Similarly, you got the ledger voucher based on which you can extract the information. For this, you also got consolidated ledgers, which means you can consolidate ledgers based on specific report what you got. Now let's come to the trial balance I've already shown you. Similarly, you can also query masters. This I showed you here in query masters. Similarly, you can also query the masters here on various criteria. Now you also got the inventory transactions. In this case, inventory. You can get information in the same way. Only the inventory transactions will be shown in this. You can also extract based on specific items of stock category or items. You can also get the inventory related details here. What are the inventory items available here? You can also get the monthly reports. Okay, you also have details pertaining to cost center. If the cost center is applicable, you can also get information only pertaining to the cost center. Here also you see, we go in the same way. You got the transactions of cost center. You can extract cost center based on specific ledgers or parents, or you can also get month-wise, or you can also get as per the cost category. Same way, you can also get information pertaining to transactions and the master details pertaining to payroll. Sales, I've showed you the reports pertaining to sales and purchase voucher. Let's see if there's anything else I want to show you. Yes, this is what we have. Now, I've also shown you the sales, purchase, and the journal. Now we come to the most interesting part where I'm going to spend 5 to 6 minutes, where I can get various types of report using the audit panel. Okay, so what I'll do is, let me just show you the report. This is a gold mine of information for the auditors. Now here I've done for the large company. Now if you see here, now this is the principle, this is a ratio analysis yearly. There is also an option to generate the ratio analysis on a monthly basis. This is the statistics pertaining to vouchers which can extract. For example, if you see in TCAD, I also have the option to extract the statistics pertaining to all the vouchers or all the users. I can also use relative size factor and repeated transactions. These are the user related statistics. So you can know who has entered, how many transactions. This is the relative size factor. The relative size factor tells me what is the highest value, what is the average value, and what is the relative size factor, which means the variance between the average value, highest value, and the average. So based on this, you'll be able to know, based on transactions, are there any exceptional transactions? Okay, similarly, I want transfer repeat transactions. For each unique value of transactions, for each of the ledger name, I'll be able to know how many number of times the transactions occurred. So if they try to do any manipulation or window dressing, you'll be able to pick up this information using this feature. For example, here you see HDFC 20,000 rupees, 174 times this transactions occurred. Okay, HDFC account 10,000 rupees, 147 times it has occurred. So like that, you'll be able to get an idea about the complete perspective of the type of transaction which occurred, how many times they have occurred. Cash in hand, 5 lakh rupees, 67 times it has occurred. So this is definitely something which you have to investigate. So like that, you can get a complete perspective for each of the row ledgers. For example, here, if you see, there are actually 11,528 rows. Okay, now if you look at the total number of vouchers here, there are 48,328 vouchers. Okay, for all these vouchers for each of the ledgers, I'm able to get this information. I can also get the accounts paid off during the year, which means these accounts will not come in the trial balance. These have been squared off during the year. So I can do analysis and get an idea what are the transactions which do not come in the trial balance, which have been squared off during the year, and are there any issues in this transaction. For example, there is an unsecured loan which has been taken of 110 lakh rupees, and this has been adjusted during the year. So I can get a quick perspective and analyze these accounts, because this also impacts the audit. Now here I have got the account with no transactions at all, which means this could be turning into bad debts. During the year, in all this ledger, there are no transactions at all. For example, this party, we had balance of 88 lakh rupees and there are no transactions, which means we need to check whether it's recoverable or whether we have to make a provision for bad debts. Okay, so this gives me the complete information. Other than the fixed assets where depreciation has to be provided, other than that, you can check the other accounts and see whether why there is a no movement in the transactions. Now, similarly, you got negative ledgers, which means as per the account, this part is supposed to be a debit debtors ledger, which means it's supposed to have a this accrued and the sundry data supposed to have a debit balance. This got a credit balance. Okay, similarly, the salary advance is supposed to have a debit balance, whereas it has got a credit balance. So in this case, maybe they have not passed the related accounting entries for the vouchers which have been received, or they have not passed the advance. You can check what is the reason why this has got a credit balance. So at one glance, I'll be able to get this information pertaining to all the negative ledgers, and I can do an analysis. Now, similarly, I got negative stock. In this case, stock is not there. I got pending advances. All these type of reports, there are about 15 to 20 types of reports. This is another interesting thing. Highest and lowest value transactions. For all these ledgers, there are 1,708 items. I got the transaction, which means during the year, what are the highest value transaction? What are the lowest value transactions? And what is the ratio between them? Okay, I also know what are the transactions on a holiday, and we'll be able to get a complete overview of the fixed assets, including the addition deletions which have been accounted, overdue receivable, overdue payable. All this information, these have been extracted from using the feature of audit. Now, if you look at ledger scrutiny, now this what all these reports, I just do a single click, I say select all, I'll be able to extract all this information. Okay, how does this run? Let me show you an example so it becomes very clear for you that I'm not showing you some theory. This is actually practical, which has been done. Now, if you look at ledger scrutiny, I say select all. There we had 10,000 plus transactions or 48,000 vouchers. Here I've got only a few vouchers because I just want to quickly show you the result. Now, see ledger scrutiny, this is a feature which is available in Tally, which you extracted here. Now you see, we get the account squared off during the year, accounts not used, accounts with no transactions, accounts used only during the current year, interbank transactions, receivable, payables, like that I can get. I can also get what is called as the exceptions. In exceptions also, there are about 10 types of accounts. I say just select all. So it is very, very simple. We have kept the interface very, very simple. You say, okay, you'll be able to get this information at one shot. See, all this report we got within no time. Okay, here also we got highest, lowest transactions. Now, the most interesting part which we added in this release is called as the audit summaries. Okay, I'm planning to make a separate video for this. For the timing, I'll just show you. This gives you, this takes a little time. I got the summary of transactions, summary of ledger vouchers, cash transactions, like that. This gives you a complete summary of all the transactions. I get the cash transactions. Along with that, I get the summary. Okay, I get a list of all the sales register. Along with that, I get the summary. This is where you can get. Not only that, I can also get the monthly summary, which I showed you, which was there earlier, for the net transactions for all the ledgers, percentage wise for all the ledgers, inventory transactions quantity. All these reports I can get in no time. Okay, now if you look at the audit summary again, I got this in 2 tabs. Yeah, it tells you this will take time. Now here I got this ledger summaries. Here I got the monthly summaries. This is where I get the monthly summary. Not only that, I also get a spark line so that I can get an indication of how the transactions have fared month-wise. We are also planning to add chart-wise details also for this. Now this will take a little time to generate. So what I'll do is I'll show you a report of what is already done. So this just to give you an idea how you can extract information and do intelligent analysis using TCAT. All the information is available from Tally. We give you in a ready to use format so that it becomes very, very simple for you to use. So you spend more time in the real audit by analyzing the data rather than trying to hunt for information or trying to get information. So we will be able to provide you access to all the data directly from Tally here. So let me open one company where I have the data pertaining to monthly summaries, and then 2 minutes more, I think we'll be able to close it. Now let me come back here. This is what I said, report from TCAT. Now I'll just pick up audit ledger scrutiny. I've already shown you. What I want to show you was the report of ledger summaries and the monthly summaries. Let me just show you this too. See, remember I told you about the ledger summaries. This gives you a list of all the ledger summaries. This takes a little time because it was to extract all the transactions. Say this is all the transactions, and it prepares a summary. So for your audit, you got a gold mine of information which you can use for analysis. Extract this information and then spend more time in doing the analysis and real audit rather than trying to hunt for the information. You got all the expense ledgers, which means all the transactions pertaining to expenses. Now, if you see here, these are all 70 lakh rupees in spent. You can get an idea about all the transactions past, and you get the summary here. Okay, these are all the cash transactions, bank transactions, all the transactions which happened. We give the complete Jatka for you at one go. All the sales registers. Not only that, we give the summary of this. These are raw data based on which the summary is made. So you can get to know, not only that, for each of this, you know what is the parent and what is the primary group. So you get to know how these accounts have been created. Now this gives you again the purchase register and the purchase summary, the journal registers and the journal voucher summary. So this is what I showed you in TCAT. In the audit summaries, we got this information. Now let me show you the last part, which is the monthly summary. This is the most interesting part, where if you see here, when you go to Tally, now if you open any account, let me show you, then I think you'll get an idea. Let's say I open the daybook. If I go to this particular ledger, this is the transactions I get. Okay, now let's say I go to any particular ledger, DAL. Let me pick up, let's say, a rent account. Okay, there's no rent account here. Let's say we got this. Okay, let me pick up salaries. Do they have salaries? Okay. So, packing charges is there. I know packing charges available. Yeah, now if you see the ledger here, when I click on this, I get the transactions. Okay, now here I'll also be able to get the information month-wise. See, when you say monthly, I'll get this information monthly. Here, they're not much because I got only 4 months. It's for the full year, I'll be able to get for the full year. Now, if you see here, what we provide you here is the monthly summary, which means for all the ledgers, I give the balances on a monthly basis. This is a columnar, which means the same information has been presented in a columnar way. Okay, not only that, now let's see what happens. We also give the spark line so that you get to know, okay, what has happened with the transactions. We are planning to further improvise this. Similarly, this is based on the percentage we get for each of the transactions. I have the percentage for each of the months. Okay, and then based on that, what is the spark line? Similarly, I got for the expenses, I get the complete information pertaining to all the expenses, and we have got a columnar. The same information is present in columnar way, which means for expenses, you can get at one glance for all the expenses for the year. I'll be able to get a complete picture here. Not only that, I can see a graphic analysis of this. In fact, now in the new version, you're trying to shift the spark lines and the graphic analysis here to the right side. So it is at one glance, you'll be able to know, for example, rent has to be paid at a uniform rate, let's say 50,000 rupees for 12 months. You'll be able to get a complete picture whether all the expenses for rent, 50,000 rupees have been paid for the year and whether any provision is required. You can get a complete picture of all the transactions in one go here. Okay. Not only that, you'll also be able to identify are there any exceptions or irregularities. And this is the power of the software. Now you see here, again, this is based on the percentage, this is based on the inventory, and this is for the quantity. Based on the quantity, you'll be able to also know which are the ledgers based on the monthly basis which have been negative. Now, if you see here negative, which means already in red, which means these are the transactions where the inventory has been negative. Now, based on the value, also you'll be able to find out. So now here you see for all the ledger items, it gives me the opening balance. This is for the inventory. Month-wise, it gives me the detail. Not only that, it also gives me a spark line so that I can get a graphical picture of how the transactions work at. Where is it available? This is available in a new feature in TCAT. In audit, I've got something called summaries. In summaries is what I said in the monthly summaries. Okay, this is what you got: net transactions for all ledgers, net percentage for all ledgers, inventory transactions. This is what you get. In the new feature, we are also planning to add this chart also. You can get it for all the ledgers. You can also select it for the expense ledgers, or you can select it only for the inventory ledgers. Okay. So this is a quick overview of what I wanted to give you. We also have some validate functions, which I showed you, which I told you about, where you can go and validate the numbers which you got. You can get the complete information about the tally settings, tip of the day, everything here. There's also a context sensitive help available here. Now, if you don't know what is the function, you want to run the search and run the function. You just click on this. Let's say I want to know what is the master info. Directly, I can click search and run. Okay, not only that, it also tells me which are the most frequently used functions and the recently used functions. Not only that, you can also, based on recommendation of one of our clients, we added this, a good friend who suggested this. So favorites, for example, which are the functions which are favorites, you can add this here so that it becomes easy for you. You can go and perform these functions which you commonly perform. Let's say there are 80 functions. There are about 20 functions you commonly perform. You can add this as a favorite and you can go and select. This will be stored as a favorite, add to favorites, and then you can go and run this function directly from here. Okay, this is about the version. Now, if you look at the version, we had a separate special release on 13 September. This is the release. Every month you come out with a new release. Our team is already working for the release of October. We are planning to have some more new features and exciting ideas in TCAT. So I hope this was useful to you. I'll stop sharing the screen. If you got any questions, I'll be able to take it. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. Sorry, I took a little more time than expected, but I just want to give you a quick synopsis of what is possible through TCAT. Any questions? Thank you. I hope this was useful to you to give you a quick perspective. The recording of this webinar will also be hosted on our website. It will be available in the same place where you registered. If you would like to watch any specific function, you can watch this. And if you got any queries, you can write those. Thank you very much. Namaste. We'll see you in the near future. Bye.